I have so many nurses ask, what's it like a day in the life of a legal nurse consultant? I'm going to share some stories with you guys. I just want to create some scenarios and help you understand like a breakdown truly of what a daily task look like. How does like a case workflow look? And I do want to talk about managing time. I do want to talk about what matters most when you build your business. It all goes inside of a day in the life of a legal nurse consultant. You guys have heard me talk about how you get to capitalize on time freedom and flexibility. You've heard me talk about the enjoyments of life, but what does that mean? It sounds cool. It's an umbrella kind of ideology, but what does that mean for me, for you? What does that mean if you want to jump into legal nursing? So let's start from the top. If you are a legal nurse consultant, what can your life look like full time? What does it look like when you wake up in the morning? It's not scrubs, right? It's no hospital chaos, but what does it look like? What do we really do? This is what's going to sound crazy. I don't spend most of my day working. You just don't. You spend most of your day doing everything else that you have finally been able to make time for. So you're not just doing legal nurse consulting work. Some cases, sometimes you can dive in and get 5 straight hours, right? You've got a big case you're working on, you're going to time block. You can jump in and get 5 straight hours. Other days, you're going to batch your work. You might do a timeline review. You might send some invoices out. You might connect with some experts and do some interviews for expert witness location. So you're not just reading records. You're not just catching someone else's mistakes. You're protecting patients. You're giving attorneys the clarity that they need. But it's not just about those tasks. It's about the impact. It's about the impact you get to have on your life, on a patient's life, on an attorney's business, and therefore their life. You get to take very confusing information and clinical data and help them inject it into a courtroom testimony if that's what it is. Being an LNC, again, doesn't mean you have to be chained to your desk from 9 to 5. It means that your business revolves around your life, not the other way around. I was reviewing records during nap time. My 5-year-old was taking a nap. He got sick, had to go pick him up from school. I didn't need to ask my boss. I didn't need to clock in or clock out. I didn't need to make sure I returned to work and had a sitter. I didn't need anyone's permission. It's not being chained to your desk. It's not the drudge. It's not being reactive like you always are. It's not living in the chaos. It's I've got 90 minutes before baseball, so I'm just going to go hang out outside. It's a beautiful day, and I'm going to start my case review with my laptop, right? Let me knock out this chart review because I've already got my retainer. That's the game. It's a different game that you play. Again, you're not rushing out the door at 6 a.m. Some days I've got the laundry going, right? I'm reviewing an orthopedic case. And I've got my laptop sitting on my lap, and it's beautiful outside. You take breaks when you need to. You don't need anyone's permission to do so. Your business serves you while life happens, while you get other stuff done. You can still be a nurse. You can still be a powerhouse. You can still be profitable. I was on the Stairmaster, truly on the Stairmaster, and I had my laptop on the tray that I have. My husband built me, and I was like reviewing records while I was on the Stairmaster. So it's okay because your business is built around your life. It's not about what your manager or your boss thinks is important. It is a completely shift in perspective. You don't have to choose business or life at this point. And that's the perspective shift that I think a lot of nurses, when they come to me, they're like, tell me the A to Z. So a life as a legal nurse is not the hustle and bustle. I hate to be the bearer of good and bad news to you guys, but it's not like that. You don't have to choose between purpose and peace, right? You don't have to choose between personal and business. This career lets you intertwine both. As shocking as this comes, guys, seriously, I did 2.5 hours of case review today, and I won't do any more. And I spent an hour on a call talking with another legal nurse consultant today. And tomorrow I have 1 phone call with an attorney. That's it. 1 obligation. It's 1 hour phone call tomorrow. That's my obligation. Otherwise, I do have a couple other calls, but it's with my team, and it's elective. 3 hours of obligated time tomorrow. And if I want to work on the case and I want to do more on the ortho case, which I probably will, I'll probably block another hour and a half when I plan at the end of my day today. I will probably block another hour and a half to 2 hours so I can continue reviewing that case, put all my notes together, because when I roll into next week, I don't want to be reviewing any more records. I want to have my rough draft, and I want to start finalizing and linking up all my data sources. You see what I mean? It's not filling my day. I also know that If I don't want to spend all weekend doing laundry, I got to get going. So no joke, it's on my calendar. I'll start laundry in the morning. Blocking. Time management is where you have to get better so that you don't distract yourself, right? So when I walk into the kitchen to get lunch, I can't get distracted because the dishes need to be done. You have to be more disciplined in that you don't get distracted with just the hustle and bustle of everyday life, because being busy doesn't mean you're productive. You have to recognize and prioritize the tasks that are going to grow your business. You respect the time, right? And you respect your service, and it's willful because you want to do it. Does that make sense? The goal isn't early mornings and late nights. Does it happen? It does. I have pulled all-nighters, y'all. I have pulled all-nighters because I was so busy. If you're getting to that point and your life is revolving around your business, we've got solutions for that. This is the reality of life as a legal nurse, is that it isn't just about business. We're so used to life revolving around work. We don't know how to think about life any other way. And that's challenging sometimes. How about the things that I prioritize, the things that really bring momentum to my business? Okay. So if I know I need to double down and get some more cases, I'll probably double down on my sprint. We think we need more certifications, but what we really have to do is be trusted by attorneys, right? That's strategy. You don't get that from school, you get it from strategy. Momentum doesn't come from learning more from a book. It comes from implementing more and faster. Business is about implementation. The nurses who win in legal nurse consulting, it's not because you show up. It's because you show up at the right time. And it's not about being the smartest. It's about being strategic. And it comes down to being disciplined and prioritizing what brings you business and builds your business. You got to show up for yourself. You have to be disciplined. You get a plan together. This is what it's about. Clarity is key. Plan your next day with intention. It might not go according to plan, but plan. That's really what's going to build momentum, okay? And that gives you the clarity and it keeps the angst away. Your energy is different when you are willfully wanting to do something, right? Versus being obligated to someone else's time. Does that make sense? Being in a world of legal nursing offers you more control. I talked about momentum. It offers you more income. And again, you don't have to sacrifice one for the other. You don't have to be rich to start your business. You don't have to have a lot of money to start making a lot of money either. You're going to find that synergy between life and business. And it takes a minute. You're going to play around with it. I used to be really big on working every single day. Imagine being present for your family and profitable, right? We think as nurses, we have to be profitable, which is at work, or present, which is not at work. This is what we think. I have to be profitable or I have to be present. Imagine being both. Planning is key. Again, it doesn't always go according to plan, so don't get upset. That's business, right? You're not behind. You're not failing. Business isn't failing unless you quit. We think that if we are failing at the bedside, someone's going to see it and then we become devalued, right? Oh my God, I'm on my nurse manager's radar now. Wow, she's really riding me this week. I need to do better and step up so I can get off the radar. In business, it's not like that. You're the only person hovering over you. You're the only person dictating that. That's really what life as a legal nurse is about. It's about discipline. It's about priority. It's about planning. That's what it's about. That's really what a day in the life of a nurse is about. It's not the I do this at 8, I do this at 9, I do this at noon. It's not that. It's different every day. That's the most beautiful part about it. Right now, you're living on someone else's time clock. And that's hard. It's hard to shift that perspective. But a day in the life as a legal nurse consultant is not the drudge and the grind that it is every day at the bedside. It's different for every nurse. It's about what fits in your schedule and works for your life. There's a lot of emotional and mental capacity that you gain when you plan the day before. You sleep better, you are more relaxed, and it allows you to mentally be in the space and in life where you want to be. Drive the good, healthy habits and create good, healthy habits. This is the real flex, right? This is what I like to call the flex of life, right? This is business as an entrepreneur. And even if it wasn't legal nursing, guys, if it's any other business, this is it. It's taking the skills you already have and learning how to capitalize on them and use them to your advantage in a different world. That's what life as a legal nurse really looks like. And it's going to look different for each one of you. And it should. It should look different. It should not look the same. If it looks the same, you are an employee of your business at that point. Use our network as a place to build and grow your business and ask those questions. So a day in the life of a legal nurse consultant is still life. You still do all the life things. You just get to do it differently.
Want full access to expert-led trainings, networking opportunities, and resources you won't find anywhere else? The NLNCN is the only national network built for nurses by nurses. Join today and get up to 2 months free. Click the link below to start exploring.